Hello, I'm Dr. Tom Lynn, Superintendent of the Richmond-Burton Community High School District and the Nippersink School District. I'm here today with Dr. Patrick Enright, our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, and we're going to talk a little bit today about what work has been taking place in the Joint District Stakeholders Committee. We last met on March 3rd between 7 and 9 p.m. And Dr. Enright, can you fill us in a little bit on the work that got done then?
Yeah, we reviewed and evaluated the winter iReady diagnostic scores. We discussed the possible next steps for learning recovery, and then we also reviewed the student responses from the student survey that we gave on February 8th.
There's a lot of things going on right now in trying to address learning loss. And first of all, we have to be able to identify it and then find a way to address it. And the committee is working really hard on that. Can you elaborate a little bit on some of those things that the committee is addressing with learning loss and things we're doing to support our parents with their student?
So we're really excited about the idea of planning and coordinating a summer boot camp for students, which will address the student skill recovery for both reading and math, or both, depending. The camp will have 3 sessions all in the morning, and students will be identified by their iReady data, their student performance data, and through teacher input. The ideas for supporting parents is to reestablish the parent university, and then to send out some simple academic, both reading, numeracy, and game suggestions for parents to do at home. During the meeting on March 3rd, the principals were able to share what interventions that are currently occurring in their schools. From those range from small to individual group interventions, homework help after school, assigned leveled readings from iReady, and school-wide number identification strategies and reading recovery steps.
So I know that the committee is working a lot on the learning loss and dealing with those things and looking at interventions. Another topic that is just as important and something that I know the community as well as both districts are addressing are the social emotional needs of our students. So could you talk a little bit about where the committee is right now in developing those interventions or those programs to help deal with social emotional learning? Sure.
So just to rewind a little bit, the students grades 3 through 12 took a student survey back in the week of February 8th. The results showed us a couple really interesting things. The first set of interesting things are the strengths that the students told us about, which they feel as though they're strong with self-awareness and social awareness. But the areas that they need attention, a little bit more support, are responsible decision-making and self-management. But it was really nice to see in both school districts and grades 3 through 12 that students were really positive about how much their teachers care for their well-being and their academic growth.
Yeah, and I think that says a lot about the schools that we have and the work that our teachers put in. It's a very positive thing, and I think it's reflected in how the community also feels, and I'm glad to see that result. Give us a little bit on the next steps that the committee may take in dealing with social emotional learning and needs.
So District 2 team has narrowed down to 3 SEL programs, and we hope to have it finalized down to 1 over the next couple weeks. And District 157 has 5. They've narrowed it down to 1 or 2, but they're still reviewing it. And again, over the next couple weeks, we hope to identify that. But definitely by the start of 21-22 school year, each school district will have a new SEL program.
That's great to hear. And I know District 2 and District 157 are very proud of the work the committee is doing. I think it's important that we recognize that committee and talk a little bit about the diversity of people who are on it. Currently, we have 8 students who are members of our committee. They come from Nippersink Middle School as well as Richmond-Burton High School. And in addition to that, we have board members, we have administrators, we have parents, and we have community members that all serve on this district. It's important, I think, for us as a joint district to make sure that all voices are at the table when we address learning losses and the social emotional needs of our students. Do you have anything to add to the makeup of the committee?
I think that it's important to point out that each person on the committee has devoted a lot of their personal time to get educated on learning and SEL programs, and they provided a variety of ideas to consider for planning student interventions and emotional support. And their collaboration, the project is highly appreciated, and it's really of great benefit to the students.
That's great, and we look forward, Dr. Enright, to getting more updates from you as the committee continues to work. We will continue to put those updates out on our websites. You can get them on the live feed or on the news part of the news story part of our websites, as well as Facebook, and we'll make sure that we tweet that out as well. So again, Dr. Enright, thank you, and continue the good work, and we hope to come back with a report soon for everybody in the community.